Hello and welcome to the USA Crokinole Videos continuing coverage of the 2025 Connecticut Crokinole Cup, an NCAA Tier 3 event held in Lancaster, Pennsylvania on November 8th. My name is Ryan Burr from the Summit City Crokinole Club in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I'll be commentating this match between Zac Ufnar, CJ Flaharty from the Charm City Crokinole Club, who recently hosted the Maryland doubles tournament, against Laureen Jones and Jonathon Correa. Zac started this off with a successful open 20. Now Jonathon's going to answer, or just misses. Jonathon's from the Connecticut Crokinole Club, which is the host club for this tournament. Laureen drove all the way in from Texas to be a part of this tournament. I believe this is her third tournament. So at this point, Zac and CJ have a slim lead. They are up against the hammer, but they're up one in the cup. So if Jonathon and Laureen can manage to tie that up, they'll be right back in this and actually have the lead themselves. Not sure if she's looking to line up the double takeout or maybe just a single, trying to leave that other disc for her partner. Unfortunately, scores one for the other team. So obviously at this point, Zac and CJ have a commanding lead. Up two in the cup. They're still against hammer, but they just need to play carefully going forward here to secure this round. As for the other team, they have a lot of work to do. They are coming up on just halfway through their discs. They need to start climbing that mountain. Zac and CJ are doing a great job on keeping play to the outside. Zac is doing some cleanup here, not letting the red discs accumulate on the board. Not only does he get the double, but stays on the outside. At this point, Zac and TJ have discs separated by the middle and could just keep trading indefinitely. I think probably should have continued to stay on the outside. However, with the lead that they have, CJ probably felt comfortable to try to just go up a little more and sometimes just have a little fun and go for the 20. See if Jonathon's able to angle in here. Close, just a little wide. CJ's got this short little angle in. He's able to pile on another 20. And going up 3 in the cup. So at this point, it's pretty much out of reach for Jonathon and Laureen. Zac and TJ have continued to keep play on the outside, and the shots don't even really matter much at this point. CJ bravely shoots through the pegs, and that wraps the first round. CJ and Zac from the Charm City Crokinole Club go up 2-0. Pretty straightforward round for Zac and TJ. They took the lead right off the bat and were able to maintain it throughout the round. Jonathon leads things off with a successful 20, and unfortunately CJ misses, and Jonathon and Laureen have the slim advantage against hammer. By Laureen going for that 20, it's a bit risky, and she would have been better served to just try to angle out or at least stay between the 20 and the posts to give Zac a tougher shot. With the inability of red to get played to the outside, now CJ is going to have a chance to bring his team right back into it with that hanger. And unfortunately, Jonathon's unable to disrupt that hanger. Luckily for red, CJ is unable to convert. as this round moves along, the Charm City Crokinole guys are going to need to become a bit more aggressive here and really seek the 20 to catch up. If they're able to even things out in the cup, they immediately go ahead. They are sitting on hammer. CJ probably looking for an angle here. Looking at the board, I don't see any great opportunities. Nice try by CJ. Those posts can certainly be frustrating at times. And Laureen's just going to keep it on. Red's got a lot of points, so Zac looking to get a double there. Probably, maybe even looking for a double follow-through because they're starting, now that they're past the halfway point, they need to play more aggressively to get back in this match. Good shot by Jonathon, not leaving any easy shots for CJ. As you can see in the background, you see Aaron Lewis and Magic Mike from Voorheesville. Extra Pint Crokinole Club playing against Jim Stanton and his partner Ruck. People traveled far and wide to be here. You can also see in the background Darren and Katie Van Gameren from the Buffalo Crokinole Club playing TJ and Jeremy from the Diamond State Crokinole Club. I was able to travel in and play with my doubles partner Jamie Harder. A lot of great doubles and singles action at this event. Good job by Zac there clearing the board. Even though they're not matched things in the cup yet, he's keeping the board controlled enough. If there's too many red discs on the board, it won't even matter if they catch up in the cup late in this round. So they've got to be mindful of keeping those red discs managed, yet they need to be fairly aggressive here. So CJ should be trying to angle in off this disc and maybe bump one of his own in the 20. They've only got a couple shots each left as a team to try to get things evened up. I think he was trying for something there, trying to get the off and maybe angle that disc of his own that he went through to get a 20 just a little too hard, and it goes past the hole. Laureen and Jonathon probably should be looking at a little less risky shot in that situation. Zac, beautiful shot. So here we are, late in the game, two shots each team. Now things have shifted a bit. CJ and Zac have a very good chance of coming back from this. Red is still got a lot of points on the board. However, Black is obviously sitting on 2 15s. Jonathon's able to get rid of one of those. CJ needs to do a lot of work here. It seems like there's a potential double up the line. He could eliminate the 10 and the 15-point disc from red. If he just goes for these 2 5s on the outside, probably, I guess he's just going to try to be tricky and hide from Laureen, but he really needs to get some points off the board here. Yeah, I don't think that's what Zac and CJ were looking for in that situation. I think Laureen and Jonathon have too many points currently on the board, and it's going to be impossible for Zac to overcome with the separation of those discs between posts. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's what happens when you allow the other team to get a superior discount on the board, make brilliant shots. Just a few discs left in the round. You come back, you make a nice little angle in there for your last shot, but you've left so many points on the board you can't. Ultimately, your team's unable to overcome that deficit. And as we've seen in higher level doubles matches, you will not see a tremendous amount of discs on the board a lot of times. With one trip around the board, we see Zac and CJ with the lead in the cup against Hammer. Laureen missing her open 20 opportunity to get back in this. Zac piling on a bit. It's a good shot. I think we're just having a good time here. Obviously, I think if you wanted to get down to it, outside of just making fun shots, you strategically, Zac probably wanted to stay on the outside there. They have a slim lead with up against the Hammer. Therefore, if he would have missed that angle in and left a hanger for Jonathon, very quickly they would have went from being ahead to being behind. Laureen, a little bit of a misfire. Zac. Maybe when you're that good at hitting those angle ins, you don't have to worry about strategy. Now they have quite a large lead, so you can kind of loosen up a bit and have more fun trying those shots, because if you do make a miss or two, you have a bit of a buffer if disaster strikes. There behind Jonathon, you can see Jamie Harder, the man responsible for getting us all these lovely videos to go through. Jonathon just missing. Jonathon and Laureen have Hammer, but with only 4 discs left, they need 3 20s, and unfortunately missed that opportunity. And the window or the door is closing for Jonathon and Laureen to be able to come back. CJ unable to pile on there a little more. Laureen's got a bit of a hanger, but unfortunately I think this round has gotten away from Jonathon and Laureen. There's not much they can do. Again, as we've discussed before, we're in the round robin phase of this tournament, as you can see on the scoreboard. The round robin, you play a lot of different teams, 4 rounds. You're basically just trying to score a lot of points to secure a good ranking as you go into the bracket in the afternoon. The bracket is a single elimination bracket in this tournament. We're starting the final round here. We'll see if Laureen and Jonathon can tie this match up. And Laureen's able to drain her first 20. Zac and CJ trying to get something to drop and get back in this. Oh, a bit of a misfire there from Zac. We'll see if Jonathon's able to extend this lead. Unfortunately, there may be a bit of a window there. CJ and Zac do have Hammer. Oh, and CJ just misses. CJ and Zac continue to battle, trying to get back into this. They're just getting through about half of their discs at this point, so they have plenty of time to make something happen to get back into this. Jonathon ideally just wants to get the out and not leave CJ with anything, but this is he's eyeing up a potential 20 down the line, but changes his mind, and unfortunately he gets the out but is unable to get far enough away from the hole, though the other disc is messing with CJ a bit to keep him from having a super easy shot at that. This would be a nice time for Laureen to just kind of hit and stick, try to stay between those pegs to limit Zac's ability to angle in, which we've seen Zac hit some beautiful angle ins, so we know he can do it. And Jonathon just clears. So I think Zac's suggesting maybe coming up the line and going through their own to kind of a bump and run off of the opponent's disc, potentially scoring a 20. I think that's what we were going for. Just missed. Extremely difficult shot. Laureen at this point might even be able to hang all the way off to the left line and just get the off in that disc, and the black disc in the 10. It's always extremely risky to go through your own for those shots for that very reason. If you have a mistake, not only do you lose the shots you shot, but you lose one or more of your own discs. When I think from that angle, she probably could have went all the way over to that left line, her left, and reached that outer disc. Though it's working out for them. It's going to be difficult. So at this point, we're seeing a mirror of last round. Laureen and Jonathon let black build up on the board to dangerous levels. Here at the last second, Zac's able to hit an awesome shot to get a 20 and catch back up. And now the tables have turned hugely in the favor of Zac and CJ to where they don't even have to shoot. They caught up at the end. Again, I think that round illustrated managing the opponent's points is very important. And, well, thank you for watching. Tune in next time.